This is Evo 2.0.
Well guys, it finally happened. The wave we've all been anticipating ever since last year. Ninjago Core Wave 2, baby, let's go! We've got a brand new wave, brand new sets. Let's find out how they stack up. This set is just kinda there. Kai's Ninja Racer Car Evo is oh my god, what is this name, dude? Kai's Ninja Racer Car Evo is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a car. It's honestly fine for what it is. It's got a pretty creative design for its size, and it's honestly pretty solid as a $10 set. The only thing I would really change here is that I wish they added a villain minifigure so you had something to battle against, but otherwise, you know, there's just nothing really exciting about this one. I mean, just look at this total NPC here. Like, she won't even look at it. She just doesn't care. Write this one down for the history books, boys, because we have got a junior set above a normal set. Now this set's actually pretty similar to the Junior's Blade Cycle set they did a year ago, but it's got a slightly worse bike build in favor of a better side build. But honestly, this set's really not that bad. It's only $10 and it comes with a villain minifigure, so you know, that's pretty cool. When the original Seabound Water Dragon set came out, I said this is the set I would absolutely recommend the most, especially for collectors, because I do not think we will ever get another Water Dragon again, and even if we do, it will not be at this scale. It'll probably be closer to the $30 scale. And I guess I'm a prophet because we fell off hard. I mean, just look at this thing, man. It kept a lot of elements of that other set. The colors are pretty similar, the head is basically the same thing, and honestly, compared to other Evo Dragons, it's really not that bad. But I just do not like this thing at all. Like, the dog stature, I hate that. Some people will like it, I hate it. And just compared to a real dragon, man, this thing is just awful. Like, you know, it's the same deal with the other Evo Dragons from last year. Like, these things just don't work for me. But to be fair, at $20, it's really not that bad. The minifigures are pretty good. You get 3 of them, which is pretty nice at $20. And like, being objective, it's really not that bad. I think the wings are better than last year, but no, these Evo Dragons, they're not working. I don't really understand the idea of this brick box, but I actually do really like the stuff that we get inside of it. This Kai car is honestly better than the $10 one. Nia's bike looks pretty solid, and I like all of these other structure builds that are included. I especially like the training builds as well as that blacksmith area. But honestly, the only thing here that I wish was better is that the main building is really just a facade with nothing going on inside of it, but I guess that does make sense considering the nature of this set. Also, there are some cool minifigures in here, although the naming choices are somewhat questionable. I don't really, I don't think a lot of effort went into these ones. Honestly though, this is a pretty cool set for what it is, even though I don't really get the whole box thing. I actually like this set a lot more than I thought I would. Lloyd's Mech Battle Evo is really good at $20. It's a rare instance where you actually get a perfect balance in the set between the ninja and the villains, and both mechs actually look pretty cool. Now, I haven't talked much about the new bone villains, but I actually do think they're pretty cool, and I really like the new bone weapon set that they have going, and I also think the colors for the minifigures are really good. I really like that green color. It's not something they use often, but I think it looks pretty good here. Now, this villain mech is easily the most unique out of any of the Evo style mechs, since it uses a pretty much custom torso, which I think turned out pretty good. The Lloyd mech, on the other hand, it feels a lot more like the stuff we're used to, but it's got some more bulk on the back with these swords and these pauldrons, and I mean, it's fine, but I like the villain mech more. Also, the Golden Lloyd minifigure here is the only new ninja print for this wave, and it also is exclusive to the set. Honestly though, even though this isn't my favorite set, it wouldn't shock me at all if this was the most popular one, because you do get 2 good mechs for that $20 price point. Zayns new Ice Dragon is the biggest set of the wave, but it's not my favorite. I do like this set for the most part. I think it's got really good shaping, especially on the top, and I think going with the aqua color to contrast the white was a bold move since they are both kind of very light shades, but I do think it paid off. And I also do like the wing builds on here quite a bit. Now, the thing that bothers me the most about this set is not what you think. It's actually the jaw. The top half of the head I actually really like, especially the horn builds. but this thing has such a massive underbite that it kind of ruins the head build for me. Like, they've reached this point where they only do these partially molded heads, and they only really introduce one combination per wave, and then they'll just flip it. And this set right here is the one that's kind of hurt by that philosophy. Like, I get that they don't want to introduce pieces that can only be used in one set and then thrown out forever and never used again, but you don't have to do molded heads every wave too. You can just do brick build heads, like, or you can just use one from another wave, like, and no one would really mind. But you know, whatever. The other thing with this set that's pretty controversial is that this thing has 6 legs, and I've seen a lot of varying opinions on this, but I really don't mind it. Like, originally I thought it was kind of weird, but the more I look at it, like, it really doesn't bother me. But that being said, if you gave me the option of 6 legs or 4 legs and this set was $10 cheaper, 100% would have taken the cheaper price. Now, I thought the main reason they did the 6 legs was because it's a 2-in-1, and I thought they needed those extra joints to do this mech build, but the more I look at the mech, like, I don't even think they used those extra joints at all. It looks like they just used them for this tail build, and they could have just done the mech without the tail. Like, they could have made the torso bit a little bit better, because honestly, the mech build, like, isn't all that great. I mean, look at the pictures they did. Like, look how hyped they have this kid for the dragon, and then look how hyped they have this kid for the mech. The kid's not even there. They left. They don't care about this mech. But, like, you know, whatever. The mech's okay. Like, I think it's kind of funny just because it's a normal build, and then it just has a dragon head on top, which is, like, so random, but, like, whatever. Also, one other thing to talk about with this set, I like the side builds. I said it before, but I'll say it again. They do have kind of an OG feel to them, and I do like that quite a bit. But honestly, the set, it's got some weird design choices, but I do think it's pretty good. If this list is solely based on builds, this would be the #1 set. I don't know what other people think about this set. I've said it before, I think it's the funniest set of all time, and I love it for that reason. It is a mech riding a bike with a giant spear. It's so funny. It's such a, like, only Ninjago could do this, and I guess Marvel too, but only Ninjago could do this. And it's hilarious, and I actually think it works. I really do. I really like the mech build. I think the mech build is pretty solid. Like, it's just a generic Evo mech, but I think it looks pretty good. Also, I really love those new little finger pieces they have. I really wish they had those, like, a few years ago, because man, those would have been awesome for mocks. They're like the Exoforce arms, but they're just fingers. I also think the bike build looks pretty solid for what it is. I mean, I think the build, just as a build, is pretty solid. I like it. It's funny. It's great. 10 out of 10. But the issue with this set is that it's outrageously overpriced. It's like $45, which is a total scam. Like, it's got 300 pieces. Like, dude, no. I don't. What were they doing? That is no. Like, if this was reasonably priced at $30 or $35, which is really what it should be, this might be the #1 set. But it's terribly overpriced. Even though it's the cheapest set, you get the Bone King in, the ultimate villain of all time. But yeah, no. For that reason, this set it doesn't get to be #1. Even though I do like this set a lot, it's hilarious. Now, I know I was roasting the Evo Dragons earlier, but I actually do really like this one. Cole's Evo Dragon is actually really solid. It is kind of ruined a little bit by being an Evo Dragon. I know I was complimenting the Evo Dragons and then immediately roasting it. But let me explain. The torso on this set is awesome. I love the spike detailing. The entire thing, the torso build looks really great. The head build, I really like the head build. It's literally the same as Ice Dragon, but it's flipped. But the issue with this set is the legs and the wings. The legs are so outrageously small. It's kind of hilarious. Like, it makes this thing look like a toad. I really wish this set was like $40 or $50. It's priced at $35, which is a little expensive. I think $30 would have been ideal, but $35 isn't too bad. But man, this thing is so close to being perfect, and it really does suck that it's not perfect, because this is really the first legit Cole Dragon we've gotten, like, as a standalone set since 2011. You know, I would really like to see this be the big $100 set and the Ice Dragon be the smaller set, but I do really like this set for what it is. I bet some of you thought I forgot about this one, but I did not. You might be wondering, how could I put a $10 set #2 on the list? And I'll tell you why, because this set is great. This set is pretty much as good as a $10 set gets. There's really only 2 ways I think you can make this set better. For one, include a villain minifigure, because, you know, I like to see stuff that you can battle with out of the box. I don't like the idea that I gotta buy another set to get like something to battle against. And also, there's a little gap in the cockpit. It would be better if the windshield was larger, or they used a different piece or something to fill that in more. But like, other than that, this thing's really good. It's only $10. It has good detailing. That engine intake thing on the side, the swords on the side, like this set just looks really good, and it's such a cheap value. Like it might be the greatest $10 set of all time. I'm not gonna lie. Like, some people will probably disagree with me on this one, but I love this set. This thing is great. When this set first got revealed, I hated this thing. It looked super skinny and super lanky, and it had these giant arms and legs and giant weapons. It just looked outrageous. I didn't like it at all. But looking at this thing now, I love this set. It is perfectly designed, where it achieves something unlike any other Ninjago mech, and it still finds a way to include knee articulation, multiple weapons and functions, and it integrates everything in a really well designed way. The two shoulder cannons, they fit in great. The swords are super oversized, but they actually work for this mech style. This giant thing on the back of its head, I don't know what it's supposed to be. I thought it was going to be a power supply that plugged into its back. That's not what it is, but I like it. It has so many unique ideas and all these different angles of the design that really shouldn't work, but they just do. And like, for that reason, I gotta give this thing the top spot, because it's just so well designed and it looks so good. It's just great. And that is going to do it here for my latest version of ranking the rankings. Hope you guys enjoyed. This thing took forever to record because my bootleg 2012 editing software decided to crash after I finished the video and was literally saving it. Not even rendering it, saving it. Entire thing crashed and I had to start over. It was great. But yeah, we did the video. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.